And then Drake was we talked about Joe Budden.
You did?
Yeah, we talked about Joe Budden. He was laughing. He was like, I gave him a little look. And he was like, that's why, I'll talk about it more on the show. Drake was like, that's why Joe ain't put out the DMs. He keeps threatening he's going to put out DMs while I DM'd him. And Drake was like, the reason he didn't put him out is because I DM'd him and said, I hope you get well in this tough time. AKA, you out here strung out on dope or something. So he ain't put that out.
Wow.
And then I told Drake that I heard the rumor was that Eminem was going to gear up to come after him. And he laughed. He was like, that's not going to happen. He was like, he'd never do that. And if it did, I got something for him, too.
Yo, what's up, crew? Welcome back to the show. It's your partner, Just Mike. Now, on the discussion board for today is when a joke goes a little bit too far, right? Now, we're basically talking about the whole Drake versus Eminem supposed diss battle that's supposed to be happening. Supposedly Eminem's gunning for Drake. Supposedly Drake is ready and has something waiting for M. And so this all got blown out of proportion. Basically Drake responded to this whole stuff by basically saying, listen, if they don't have a story these days, right? Basically saying if you don't have a story, you tend to gonna make one up, right? And then he also commented, or he did post on social media, that Eminem equals greatness. So definitely don't think that there will be any kind of rap beef brewing between these guys pretty soon, alright? Now, also, Ebro, who basically brought this story to us, kind of bashed everybody about this, right? He basically said that, it was such a joke and that people ran with it and that it was such a slow news day and that Drake has too much respect for Eminem for all of that, right? Now, also, Rosenberg did comment on it, basically saying, slow news day, I see, kind of reiterating what Ebro said, but my thoughts is this. You can't blame people for reacting about this, right? You can't blame people for jumping out the window about it, Ebro, because you are the one who opened it. Alright, you're the one who told everybody that you had a conversation with Drake, and that in this conversation, you let him know that Eminem was gunning for him, and then that he said that he would be ready if something like that happened. Subsequently, everybody's going to take this, right? I mean, because listen, you are a person who deals with these kind of people on a regular basis, so you definitely have some authenticity when you say stories like this. And that's exactly what it was. It's basically a story. And here's the thing. Now your credibility is going to come into play now from whenever you tell us something, right? I mean, listen, if you thought that it was a joke, if you thought it was funny, of course people can rock with that, but you have to let them know immediately, right? You don't come out the next day and say that it was all a joke and that we the one jumped out the window behind it, because you the one did it first. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole thing, man. This whole thing is actually kind of crazy, man. Not only did Ebro basically make this up, but he also kind of sent some shots at Joe Budden too, right, with the whole drug comment, right? So there's definitely some issues there, but I want to know what you guys think about it. So hit me in the comment box. Let's get this conversation going, man. Also subscribe to the channel for more daily news content just like this, and definitely subscribe to me on social media. That's Just Mike77 on Twitter and Instagram. And I want to know what you guys think about this story, so let's get this conversation going. But that's it for this one. I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, it's your partner Just Mike. Stay up, much love, and I am out of here. Peace.
I'm not competing with those guys. I'm worried about the kid that's sitting in his house that wants to be better than me and all those guys.